Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. I'm doing something a little bit unusual right now because things are a little bit unusual right now. It just, nothing is like where I'm at, the weather, it just is not what it said it was supposed to be going to be, just completely um, unexpected twists and turns. And I was like, okay, I feel this is not exactly a specific message. This is more like, and what unexpected energy is coming in, like when you suddenly have gusts of wind and you have different things taking place energetically around you. And keep in mind, we're in the Lion Gate portal energy flow here. I'm like, all right, let's take a look at the unexpected, because something unexpected is going on. Lover's card, Four of Coins, Ten of Swords. Okay, so changing relationship status. This may not be for a lead character. This could be the energy swirling around them. That's my impression. Is it's the energy around someone that is, there's an unexpected, like they'll hear unexpected information, they'll get unexpected like, what do you mean so and so just broke up? What do you mean so and so turns out they have some other person on this side? What do you mean? It could be like a lot of unexpected messages coming in. Now, this may or may not actually impact our character's life. They might be a support network or a pillar of strength for others that are going through kind of changes, unexpected upheavals. Ten of Swords is a very, that's an ending, right? Hi, guys. So great to see you all. Wonderful to catch you. This Lover's card is a card of choice. We see this masculine who seems to be making a completely different choice than what anybody expected. He may suddenly decide he wants to reunite with, an ex. I want to remarry the person I was already married to. I don't want to be single. I don't want to date other people. I mean, this could be huge, like directional changes, right? Doors are slamming shut. Other doors are opening up. Let's take a closer look at this. I keep feeling like our character is not in the middle of this hurricane of change, but rather is going to be privy to it. It's like other people are going through changes. I definitely feel like a masculine could end a relationship with someone, or say, you know what, I think I would rather be with somebody else. And it's like, okay, then get you gone. And I feel like whomever our lead character is going to hear all about this. We have got the Five of Swords in the reverse. That's great because, again, I feel like our lead character, whomever they are, they're not a part of this drama. And sure enough, they're not the subject of anger or wrath. They're not involved in any nonsense. They're not involved in fighting. Nobody's mad at them. We have a Princess of Cups in the reverse. I really feel like this character is going to be like kind of blown away, like hearing that. I don't know what the relationship is yet, but hearing something about this divine masculine is going to be like a stunner. So with this Princess of Cups, this is not somebody who's been like, oh, I hope I hear from them. Oh, I have a little something going on, or, oh, I've been waiting to hear this person show up in my life and give me an apology. Nope. This is our lead character right now. Five of Swords in the reverse says, I'm not mad. I'm not fighting. I'm not the subject of anybody's, ire. I'm not a part of any drama. And I haven't been waiting for somebody to come in, tell me they're sorry, tell me they love me. So I'm kind of like an island over here. I got nothing to do with all this jazz. Whatever this changing, crazy energy is, new choices, endings, withholding, all this stuff, that's an SCP. That's somebody else's problem. I got nothing to do with him and his life choices. Okay. I get it. Our character did not play a role in this. But let's just see. Because there's got to be some crossover here. Yes, Annie, yes. I did post a Capricorn. Things are processing really slow. Maybe it's on both channels. Maybe it's only on one. I'm not sure. That's why I'm going to postpone until tonight. I'll do other zodiacs. But I wanted to go live here also because this thought process came to me, and I was like, let me go ahead and do this, because I felt more inspired to do this one right now than zodiacs at the moment also. Especially when things get bogged down, I always take it as a sign to just step away for a minute. So on the other channel, we'll get back to zodiacs later on, but I'll probably give a couple hours break because it feels like there's an update or something going on YouTube right now. With the Justice card upright, we are definitely seeing an energy like shift. And although we can see that our character has nothing to do with this drama. They didn't create the drama. I will still say our character is intimately interwoven to this because she got done dirty by somebody at one point in time. There is karmic justice coming into our character who did not ask for it, who did not say, universe, make this right. Universe, I'm so mad. I'm so sad. Somebody owes me an apology. I'm pissed at them. No. She's completely in this kind of like peaceful energy. And yet the universe, it's funny. The karmic justice card is where the universe says, I got this. Hold my beer. I'm going to fix this up for you. And it's like, no, I'm okay. I didn't ask the universe to fix anything. I was totally fine with the way things were. The universe is like, no, this is not okay. I'm getting this fixed up for you. Hang on. It feels like there is, I don't know why this ending would be a dose of good karma for her or would be settling something for her. But that's what it's starting to look like. Okay, so I'm sorry. I know it sounds maybe petty or vindictive where it's like, they're breaking up and somehow that's a, good for her. I don't mean it to sound that way. This is just a little bit of an interesting, twist to all this. Okay. 3 of Swords. We actually, I'm getting pettier by the minute here, but it says this connection relationship did not last. There was heartbreak, betrayal. There's something here where we even have kind of like what looks like a just married, like little streamers hanging from the back of a bumper kind of thing. And it almost looks like, did somebody get cheated on or cheat on somebody else? And somehow that's actually very fitting. A player got played or somebody that was really unkind to her. Like because of their own actions, look, our actions have consequences. We do somebody dirty, we get away with it. But because we inherently do dirty things, maybe we attract other people that will do us dirty as well. And eventually that's our legacy, right? We did her wrong, but then later on we do each other wrong. Now we're brokenhearted. Now, oh my God, I can't believe I got betrayed. The thing is, they started out in a betrayal of her in the first place. Like that is what this is feeling like. Like she's going to hear through the grapevine that some ex of hers, I don't know if they were very reliable or very honorable toward her. They in turn went a different direction. And now guess what? That relationship is falling apart. That's more what this feels like. But I don't know. That still seems like a lot of drama. And we don't really have a ton of terrible cards, only that 3 of Swords. So let's not jump too swiftly, although the Justice card too. I could be mistaken though. We could actually have 2 really great people here. One of whom is going through a really tough, really painful breakup where he or she got betrayed. And that person could become important in this feminine's life. I already think she somehow has to be connected with the scales here, right? The scales mean somehow she and one of these other individuals are going to be connected. We have a King of Wands, and the King of Wands is upright. So I'm going to go ahead and wager to say the King of Wands should be a good character in this. If this is him, he's the one getting a raw deal right now. He's the one who is finding out he was betrayed. Somebody withheld, important information about him. He maybe is somebody who got burned pretty badly in a romance or something. But ironically, him getting burned in some other romance somehow or other may play a role for our lead character over here. I don't know if these 2 are destined to meet. I'm not sure, but we definitely have a changing of partnerships going on. Can we look closer? Why does she have the Justice card? What happened to her? Okay, so 6 of Pentacles sideways. I will say that we have a changing of relationships going on. Once upon a time, somebody clearly did not choose her. She gave what she could, and somebody took what she offered and did not give to her in return. Now, because it's a shared energy, I would say a King of Wands is going through the same thing. I gave my love, I gave my, loyalty, and what I got for it? Burned. I was straightforward. I was forsaking all others. I was choosing, to be in a partnership. And instead, whomever I was in a partnership with kind of failed to tell me that Maybe they were going to betray me. Maybe this was about money. Somebody married him for money, took what they could. He's getting burned. All I can say is he's walking away, but he's not walking away angry or hurt. He's walking away as a King of Wands still. But I would say that this is that shared energy. So obviously our lead character knew something like that as well. I once upon a time gave a great deal of my energy to somebody. Did not work out. They took me for a fool. They took my money. They took my time. That's happening to a King of Wands now as well. But again, that Libra scales, this actually says that what they match in is that they both have been done dirty before. She's not lingering in the hurt, pain, or anger about what happened to her in the past, nor does he seem to be. These are two people that seem like they take it on the chin and go, you know what, sucks, but I'm really glad I'm not with that person anymore. Total betrayal, total, like I was with a scoundrel. That's the truth of it. I was with a scoundrel, but learned the lesson and moved on. The thing is, with this kind of like changing, swirling, different energy moving around, it almost feels like the universe is kind of like rearranging potential partnerships. And I'm thinking for maybe rearranging partnerships for success. We have the World card. Yeah, definitely the world is turning. And the Princess of Swords. I do think she's hearing about this for a reason. Maybe she knows him. Maybe she's going to be stunned to discover that, like, wait, what do you mean? I don't know why I want to say Rodney or Richard, or I don't know, like a name is Bob is popping into my head also. But it feels like she's going to say, like, what do you mean? So-and-so, the King of Wands, he's broken up. He's divorcing. I thought they were happily married. What do you mean? What happened? I think she's going to hear the news. As the world turns, this feels like a bit of a soap opera, right? This feels like big drama stuff, but it's like she's hearing, and as I said before, like through the grapevine. Well, in this case, it's like through the network of the spider webbing. So she may hear from somebody else today that a masculine that maybe she thinks very highly of has their world has come to an ending, with that relationship. She may think very highly of him, but definitely we have endings and new beginnings. I feel like this is so serendipitous. She may check up on him. She may check his social media to see, like, did he change his status? Is he no longer married? What's going on? Does it look like he's all right? She may do a little bit of spying to try to confirm, like, holy smokes, is what I'm hearing correct? Did he just have a big ending in his life? I don't think this is for the sake of gossip. I just think it's going to be a shocker to find out that somebody's life just went up in smoke. I definitely see her checking up on social media a little bit, not to be a creeper, but just because it could be a stunner. Or maybe she doesn't even hear this through anyone. Maybe it's more like she gets a sense of it and decides, for some reason, I want to look up so-and-so, only to discover that it's very obvious, all the pictures of them and their ex have just been deleted, just gone. Hanged One seems like she's going to take a little bit of time before reacting or thinking too much more about this. This is kind of like, what does this mean? We do have a 10 of Cups. I'm thinking she perhaps likes this masculine. I'm thinking she perhaps, again, not to be mean-spirited or petty, but if he's done with a connection, that connection was no good for him anyway. And if she thinks highly of him and it's like he's single, that's maybe there's a reason he's single. Maybe he and I are supposed to, have a shot at this. It kind of looks, even here, it actually says, look again. And I'm wondering if, remember, this is where their shared energy is. They both gave to people who didn't give anything back to them, and they both got the short end of the stick. He got betrayed. She got betrayed. For some reason, she checks out his social media, and I think is discovering something's changed in his life in a really big way. Does that mean something in regards to me and them? I think she can't help it but let her mind float down that road of, I wonder if we'd be good together. Now, she may already have a lot more emotions for him, but I definitely feel like she's got some kind of, you know, obvious, you can't help it. If you think highly of somebody and you find out they got done dirty and you empathize because you've been done dirty before too, I think it's very understandable that even if she didn't previously be like, oh my God, I love them, she might be thinking, God, that person's really nice. I wonder if over time, I'll gravitate more toward them. I do feel like he is now on her radar as a potential 10 of cups. Maybe not right away, but this is on her radar. Okay, now that makes me wonder, why is he given this little, rubbernecking, looking over his shoulder kind of vibe? Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Let me take a look. What's he looking at, thinking about, checking out? 8 of Wands. Here's the thing. We've got, it's hard to tell, but we have this lion who's standing there and he's in his big old paws. He's holding this sleeping feminine and he's wide awake. I can't help but think, did he look her up first as his life just crumbled? Is that why we see him standing here saying, you know what, screw this. I just found out that I got played so freaking dirty by whatever partner I was with. It's over with me and this partner. And you know what? There is somebody that I've thought of. There is somebody that I think is a wonderful person. It's the middle of the night, but you know what? I'm suddenly single and I can't help but look up her social media. I can't help but kind of my thoughts turn to her. That's kind of what this feels like. Like, maybe that's what kickstarts this, is that energetic, like things have changed massively in his life. He decides because he is the lion. We see him right here. So we know this is him. And we know this is action, the action of communicating or the action of just, doing something. In this case, it's, while she sleeps. So that's why I can't help but think that he's like checking her social media first. This is evening where she's at too. Is it possible that it's like they're both sensing some energetic shift? Maybe it's just that she, you can kind of sometimes tell if somebody's like looking your way. We can all say that we have that feeling that somebody is watching us, and we turn and sure enough, there's like the driver in the car beside us is like, checking us out or something. This is almost like that's the vibe that is kind of flowing around. This is very much about like flowing energy that these two are picking up on. And I think this is probably the best depiction of that, that interwebbing network of, we just think of each other sometimes because somebody is thinking about us at the same time. So that might be what prompts her to check his social media. It's because he just had a really big change and he might have first checked hers. Let me see a little bit more on that 8 of Wands. Knight of Cups. Oh my God, all day. I don't love the fact that, it's like, oh my God, love is bleeding. And yet at the same time, it's like, I want to move forward for love. Look, he may already, I'm not saying he was like, hey, she's going to be my backup if things don't pan out with the person I'm currently with. If they ever cheat on me, I know just exactly who I'm headed toward next is going to be her. I'm not trying to say it like that, but I am going to say sometimes tucked away in the subconscious of somebody's brain, maybe they can't help but think, God, she's real nice. She's a real sweetheart. And now that something in their life has gone, imploded, has gone belly up, and they see themselves as single, and yes, probably a little pissed off, a little bit brokenhearted, a little bit, betrayed. And now their thoughts turn to somebody that they think is a better person, somebody that they think is kinder. Is it hard to believe that their thoughts might turn to her? No, if they have a good opinion of her, that's not hard to believe at all. Now, do they look a little wounded though? Yeah, because we got, instead of like a little chocolate, fountain here to dip strawberries in, we got like a little fountain of, it's like it's bleeding, but we have this, what should be love. So I gotta say, they're not in their best energy right now. And that part I don't love. On one hand, two things can be true at the same time. They can think kindly toward her. They can think she's a hell of a lot better than the person that they had been with that they found out has betrayed them. but also they could still be hurt and bent out of shape. Even if they don't want that person back anymore who betrayed them, they may still not be in their best energy. So like, I'm thinking that we get some mixed energies here. I hope nothing happens too soon for these two, because this, we could head down the road of like badly botching, a potential good relationship if they come toward her, or if they, it's just don't rebound. That's what I'm hoping, that he's not going to try any rebounding. We got a Four of Cups and the Six of Wands. There's something here about it, it's almost like he's having this moment of tremendous clarity, that now that he's been betrayed by somebody, and his thoughts immediately turn to her, somebody much better, somebody that he knows isn't that type of person, somebody who he may even know has been betrayed herself. It's like, damn, why did I ever end up with a person that betrayed me? It is such a cosmic waste of time, when I could have had much greater success and maybe been with somebody like her, somebody that I think is a much better quality person, someone that I'm actually attracted to. He may be simply having this tremendous awakening, because you notice that this spear is flaming. And this is somebody actually with that Six of Wands, actually in the energy of success. We've already had the Four of Cups. That's like, what a damn missed opportunity. Why did I not just gravitate toward her? Why did I ever get sidelined with this person who turns out to have betrayed me? Maybe it's just that he's seeing things clearly now because of what he's been through. Look, I don't think that there was ever, like, at least in this story, we don't see him putting her in competition with somebody else, and then he picks somebody over her, and now that blows up at his face, and now he's like, damn, why didn't I pick that other horse in the race? I don't look at it like that at all. This is not somebody who's like betting on people like they're horses. I don't see it like that. But I am saying this clarity that he has, that's shining so brightly, it's like, obviously I can tell who's, like, now that it's happened to me, now that this whole, drama has played out, it's so obvious she's so much better. Why was I not with her? Why'd I even, why couldn't I have met her maybe before I met this other person who ended up betraying me? I would have already had so much more success. That's what I think this is. It's that moment of stark clarity. Can I just ask, why is he seeing it this way right now? The moon sideways, because his subconscious is finally speaking loud and clear. Sometimes we can't see what's right in front of our faces, right? Until it's in front of our faces. Sometimes the things that we know subconsciously don't really come to the surface when we wish they would. But once we see it, once we know it, then we can kind of say, all right, I get it. I got it. It's there. It's in front of me now. Emperor. He's not just the King of Wands. He's become the full-blown emperor. And it's all about, I'm hearing that song. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. All of this seems so obvious, so simple. Even here on this moon card, the man on the moon, like, his mouth is like, jaw drop open, and we see like his vision, his eyes are like, holy hell, how did I not see this all along? Now he can't peel his eyes off of her. I know it sounds really fast, it sounds really quick, but again, this is about abrupt energy change. Sometimes epiphanies happen. Sometimes those, cataclysmic events occur in our life where everything in a moment shifts and changes. And it's like the topography of our life will never be the same. Everything's different. It's a total ending. Ten of Swords. I can say this with certainty in this story, he is never, ever getting back together with his ex. It is very much over. The person that betrayed him, the person that only wanted his money, he would never even look her way again. His, hers, doesn't matter what genders we're talking about. But the other big realization is, I should have been with her. And it's almost like this truth is becoming more crystallized for him, like by the minute. This is a really big, maybe this is the day he becomes a full-blown emperor. This is the day he goes from, subconsciously sensing that maybe he picked the wrong partner to knowing it, at a foundational level. He knows he had been with the wrong person. Now that that's over, he can identify who the right person actually is. And it's this individual that I don't even know that he's had any relationship with per se. But damn, he's going to. When an emperor sets his sights, he will definitely pursue. And he's got that the dragonfly, which says he's already planning on approaching her. This is about taking action. Again, maybe not instantly, maybe not today, but he's not messing about. He's getting clearer and clearer by the moment. So let me go back over to her for just a second. Half of me wants to keep with that deck, but we're not going to. Is this the right deck? No, I think we need this one. So on her part, because obviously she's getting the memo, even though she got nothing to do with this drama, she is waking up or something, checking his social media. And obviously we already saw she's doing a little bit of spying, and she can't help but wonder, like, are we at 10 of Cups? Could this be, a 10 of Cups for a reason? We got the Knight of Coins. It is upright. She's just saying, I don't know, take it slow, let things unfurl, let stuff, reveal itself. 6 of Pentacles. That's the same card over here, right? Where once upon a time she gave to somebody and didn't get anything back. She's realizing that the same thing just happened to him now that he's suddenly single. All of a sudden, she's thinking about, again, those Libra scales, right? That's always associated with her. Balance. She already, look, she's got a premonition the same way. Well, his isn't just a premonition. His is a determination. That emperor is coming toward her. But for her, we see the premonition that I have a feeling some things are going to start gravitating toward me. I don't see her making a lot of, steps in his direction. I think hers is mostly up here right now, but she is sensing something is going to come of this. He's single. I don't think it's happening right away. And sure enough, she doubles down on that with saying, I think it'll be a while before I gravitate toward him. But it's like this deep knowing on her part that somehow, some way, I think he and I are headed for something. I don't know how I know. It's kind of like just coming to the forefront of her mind from her subconscious. 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles is about the balancing act. It's, she's like, you could still go either way, right? Maybe they'll wind up gravitating towards someone other than me. But boy, this is strangely serendipitous that the day I suddenly feel compelled to look them up, I find out that they're single. I find out that their whole life has changed. Gosh, that's weird. I don't think she knows that they looked her up first. Let me see. Does she have any clue of that? Queen of Swords. Let me put it this way. If a subconscious part of her does know that, her rational mind overrides it and says, stop right there. She puts up her little sword and she goes, no, I'm not even going to let my mind go down that road. I'm not going to say that I know they looked me up first. What evidence do I have of that? None. I deal in facts, not fiction. It's so funny. I say facts, not fiction. I'm a fictional storyteller. This is a fictional story, right? But again, we're talking for our character, right? We try to paint the pictures of our characters as broadly as we can so we get an idea of who they are and what makes them tick. This makes it feel like she's also warding against any tendency toward having any source of pride. Like she almost is chiding herself, saying, why would I think that they're suddenly going to be thinking about me? No, I'm not going to imagine that I'm so great that I'm the first thing that their mind turns to. I'm sure there's other people out there. I'm sure that, who knows what's going on with them? I don't know. I can't say that they looked me up. How would I know that? You can say that, but she's really smart too. 10 of Wands sideways. She will have no more of that conversation. She's like, I'm not even going to let my mind go down that road and wonder. I care about them. I hope that they work through whatever I would imagine they're probably working through, which would be the hurt and pain of an ending, dismantling some aspect of their life, whatever they've been going through. I just wish them well. I hope that they get things settled, but perhaps I will talk to them at some point in time. If they gravitate toward me in my subconscious, I have a feeling I will connect to them, but I'm not going to assume that their mind is already turned toward me. That's ridiculous. I kind of love the fact that she cares more about their well-being and she's not going down crazy lane, but she feels an energy shift and she also is really intelligent. King of Cups, she has to know that at some point in time when she's interacted with them, it was that moment where it was like, man, they're very warm toward me. In another lifetime, if things had been different, maybe they and I would have been something. She knows that. She doesn't lie to herself about that. Let's turn to the universe now. Let's wrap this one up because we can already see what's going on. We can see that things are aligning quite nicely for the two of them to get an opportunity. But let me just take a look here and say, universe, 801s. Universe is like, oh yeah. Big weather change, big life change, big energy change. Here's the wind is just picked up and it's blowing stuff all over the place. There is action that is already happening. There are thoughts that are already taking place. There is energy inside of characters' hearts, and it is only a matter of time before that emperor reaches out to her specifically to say, hi, I know it's been a long time. I haven't talked to you in a long time. I've gone through some changes in my life. You want to get coffee? You want to meet up with me? There's a whole bunch of stuff to tell you about. The universe says the exact same thing that we've seen in this story. It's just a matter of time. The energy is already shifting. Relationships are moving. The world is turning, but things are coming into better alignment, specifically for the right partnerships right now. This is a reconciliation. I still don't know that I think that they ever dated or had romance. I didn't get that vibe here. I did see it as obviously these two know of each other. Obviously these two had some kind of a moment at some point in time where there was the awareness that in another life, or if things have been different, there's a genuine like emotional bond that exists here, but it's just been in another life. Maybe we'll get there. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much. Oh my God. Love, light, laughter, you sweetheart. So if your name just turned to green, that is because Love, Light, Laughter just gifted you a membership. So Tammy Johnson, Julie Engerman, Linda, True Colors Melody, and Paris Jade Humphrey. You guys are all now members, and that is courtesy of Love, Light, Laughter. What that means is you guys now have access to all of our members video. There is a playlist called Members, and every Monday I go live and I do a members only video. And in that, I kind of always explain at the beginning how the Members Corner works a little bit, because on this channel, you guys get a chance to suggest topics. I pick a couple of winners each week where I do a storytelling, a couple of card pulls. I also do card pulls for members during their birth month. So you guys got a couple of extra little things that you get to interact on, and maybe I get a chance to connect with you a little bit better in the members corner. So I just hope you guys don't miss the video I had just posted this Monday, because that's every week you get a chance to enter. So I don't want you to miss it. But yeah, just go to the members playlist. So welcome. And in the meantime, thank you again so much. Love, light, laughter, you sweetheart. May I pull a card for you to say thank you on Monday, honey? Please do let me know. So generous, unbelievably generous. Thank you, Angel. Like right back to you, love, light, and laughter. Queen Libra 76. Thank you. Awesome. Love, light, laughter. Wonderful. I will do that for you on Monday. Okay. It'll be in the members corner and it'll be time stamped for you. Okay. Hang on. I'm adding your name right now. Okay, there we go. Wonderful. Thank you, sweetheart. Hallelujah. Good to see you. Sarah J, True Colors Melody. Araceli, how are you, hon? Thanks for being here. The Alchemist. I am so fortunate you're here as well. Thank you, hon. You are most welcome to be here. Such a nice community. Thank you guys for being so incredible. Tasha, hi, hon. Hey, Bobby. Chital Sen, hi, hun. Queen B, awesome to see you. D. Rogers, hi, baby, how are you? Pseudo Susan, thank you. I'm glad you don't mind, because I'll tell you, music goes through my head all the time. I don't think I could keep it in just my skull. It pops out. Godzilla MC, you're so awesome. Nothing burns like the cold, sung by Snowa Allegra. You know I gotta look that one up now too. Godzilla MC. You know how much I adore your musical suggestions. Hang on. I keep paper handy now just specifically because of you. You know that, right? Snow Allegra. Nothing burns. Okay, I'll check it out. Thank you so much, Godzilla MC. You're so awesome. You know I love the music. I love Arctic Monkeys too, but you picked one of my favorites of theirs, by the way, your suggestion last night. Absolutely loved. Oh God. I want to choose you. Calm C, so good to see you. Hi, Patricia. Katie, Fee's Mystic Faith. Hi, Ruth. Stargazer Shell. That's awesome. Jem, Ken, Timothy Gorman. Great to see you. I know. It's really tough sometimes, huh? That not everybody always gets the notifications when things are live. So I'm delighted to see you in a live. Roxanne, so great to catch you. It's been a hot minute since I got to say hi to you in a live also. NES, thank you, love. Carrie Carvaric, good to see you. Delinda, hi, hun. Julie, it's 3 a.m. in Bali, but you can't sleep. You know, I'm so honored that you decided to pop by here, though, and hang with us. G, hi. Thanks for being here, love. Bruce Reed's in the house. How are you, Bruce? Lalu, awesome to see you. All right, you guys, I will see you guys again. We're going to get to other zodiacs. I'm going to bounce back over and see if the other channel's moving a little bit smoother. It was kind of bogged down. So I thought, let me come over to Tarot Dog for a little bit. And I'm glad I did anyway, because I really enjoyed this one. And nice to catch up with everybody and touch base a little bit. All right, you guys, lots of love. Have a beautiful afternoon, or I will see you in some of the zodiacs that we'll post on the other channel. By the way, we did get a Cancerian video done on this channel last night. So I try to put out Cancerians here twice a week. I aim for Tuesday and Saturday. And we made it on Tuesday last night. All right, you guys. Melissa Summers, thanks for being here. Queen Libra, so great to catch you. All right, you guys. Bye for right now. See you on the other side.